Welcome to the Patriots Lab, where we ain't even trying to make them liberals mad. Cause freedom of speech is what us individuals have. It's the gift when we gab, talking about things that the brainwash cannot mentally grasp, like staying loud and waving our American flags. This is for the free thinkers, wearing their MAGA and wearing the cags. Draining the swamp is the ultimate goal, but the sheeple will swear it's a fad, like it's just a phrase. But when we show them the facts, the fools got nothing to say, and deep government state wanna get up in our face, but hasn't done it yet cause Trump's in the way, trying to protect us from a troublesome fate. And because of that, we'll never lose our faith, plus God keeping us cool and safe. But I still hope we get 4 more years so we could throw a huge parade. I can see it now, Patriots on a float, and POTUS will go down in history as one of the GOATs for making the swamp pay for taking every one of his votes. His enemies are the cancer, whether or not Trump give him the smoke. Now relax it back and take notes as we kick facts with the homie Ray though. Speak your mind in the Patriots Lab. It's freedom time in the Patriots Lab, where we ain't even trying to, we make them liberals mad. I said speak your mind in the Patriots Lab. It's freedom time in the Patriots Lab, where we not even trying to, we make them liberals mad. I said, speak your mind in the Patriots Lab. It's freedom time in the Patriots Lab, where we not even trying to, we make them liberals mad. Speak your mind. It's freedom time. Without even trying to, we make them liberals mad.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Great evening, people, patriots, whoever you consider yourself to be. Welcome to a great edition of Mega Monday. Whew, it's been a minute. I've been under the weather. Well, I was under the weather. The wife was under the weather. She's into in-home health care. So one of her clients was sick, and I was like, oh Lord, I hope I don't get sick. And she got sick anyway, and so we was under the weather a little bit. And then we had a great visit from the in-laws. Father-in-law came to visit, so we had that whole thing going on. But I missed everybody. I hope everybody missed me. Great evening. Everything is good here. I don't even know where to start. I really don't. I've watched everybody do their recaps of the State of the Union and all that. We're going to get into all of that. But before we get into that, y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, ring the bell so y'all can get the instant notifications. And we're going to get into the first one. So now we know. Now we know the reason they allowed all of the chaos to take place. But before I critique it and before I get into it, you already know how I'm going to do it. Let's go ahead and let me see if I can go ahead and bring it to you quick, like. But we know now, and we'll go ahead and critique it. But let's get into it.
One state is taking decisive and very high-profile action to tackle voter concerns about crime. The governor of New York is sending National Guard troops to increase security in the nation's largest transit system. Lane Keano has more.
After a series of recent high-profile violent crimes on New York City's subway system, Governor Kathy Hochul is cracking down.
Anyone looking to do harm or spread fear on our subways, you will be caught.
On Wednesday, Hochul announced she is sending 1,000 members of the National Guard, state police, and MTA police to help conduct bag checks and patrols in some of the city's busiest stations. They will add to the thousands of NYPD officers already patrolling the system.
Riding the subway, which should just simply be part of your everyday life, is filled with stress and trepidation.
New York's subway is the most used public transit system in North America, serving about 3.2 million people daily. So far this year, there's been nearly 400 crimes on city trains or stations reported. That's up about 13% compared to this time last year. But even though overall crime in the city is down, prominent shootings, shovings, and attacks have left some riders on edge.
I'd rather take the bus because it's not safe. I don't feel safe.
There's a feeling of security when there's an officer around, but not a huge difference.
Having more officers down there doesn't necessarily mean that crime is going to go away.
Rodney Harrison is a former New York City police chief.
If you just happen to just put them anywhere, not necessarily have a strategic way of how you're going to utilize them, then I think it's just going to be a waste of time.
Now, CBS News New York reports that overnight a subway rider was stabbed in the hand after he confronted two people who were harassing an elderly person in the Bronx.
Okay, so the gist of the whole thing is now we know. So this is the situation we find ourselves. Good evening, Mama D. Good evening, June B. Haddiff, Andy McKinney, and my sister Bobby Bresh Boyce. We have police on the subways that wouldn't enforce the law. All of these crimes, no cash bail, which was allowing criminals just come back out of jail on random and commit these crimes. No accountability. There was a reason there was no accountability, in my opinion. Could it possibly be to get to this point for her to finally say, you know what, it's out of control. I need to now send in the National Guard. So I grew up in New York City and I'm 54. And this is the first time I've ever heard of it allegedly being so bad that you now have to bring in the National Guard. On one hand, you're talking a whole year of defunding the police and taking the authority away from the police that they have, allowing our police officers to get beat up without any type of consequences. So the logical thing is you're not going to put more police people in the subways. No, let's not do that. Let's not double the patrols. Let's not start locking people up that act crazy in the subway stations. Let's not do all that. Let's go and bring the National Guard in. Now, if you listen to what she said, the National Guard is now going to be patrolling the subways. For anybody that's ever been to New York, the whole city is run by subways. So what you're telling me is, see, because it don't make no sense to have a National Guard presence in one area and not the whole area. That's not what they said. The National Guard is now going to be part of the subway transportation system, which literally covers all of New York. If you noticed in some of the videos, I didn't have the video up, but if you notice in some of the videos, Penn Station and places like that, oh, they are stocked with the National Guard. Home bases, the big terminals, and then they're scattering them out. Rather than just go out and hire more officers, more Port Authority people. They have to bring in the military. What does James got to say? James says, and are they trained for law enforcement duties or only sections? I would see, and what they say is it's National Guard. Now, I don't know if they're trained specifically to do any type of urban inner city stuff. I do know one thing. I do know they can control an environment. I do know they can do that. Because you know what? I don't call them National Guard when it comes to things like that. They're all part of the military branch. So now we have a situation where the military is literally going to be in and throughout New York. So I was talking to someone today because I just heard about this. I just heard about this today. And I said, you know what? What if, and the gentleman I was speaking to, he's literally from Chicago. And I come home because we were talking. I said, well, what if they start doing this all over the place? What if all of a sudden the military is just implemented and they use the transit because the transit is everywhere? Suppose they use that as an excuse to implement the military after they've created all of this chaos. So I've come home and I'm sitting back, and lo and behold, what do I see? Let me show you. Y'all aren't gonna believe this shit. So, and this just happened. So I'm sitting there. Let me get it in here. Let me see. Let me see. They might have took it down. I'm not sure. Okay, here we go. Y'all know how I do it. So, you gotta bear with me. Oh, did they literally take it down? Let me see if. Okay, here we go. We got it right here. I don't know if y'all can see, but I'm gonna read it to you. Keith Hill, the head of the largest union of Chicago transit workers, said he would welcome Illinois National Guard members conducting bag checks on trains and buses in the Windy City to help boost security and make the system safer. The police have got their hands tied with everything that's going on in the city, so any assistance is more than welcome to make passengers, workers, everybody feel safe if they use the system. Hill told the CBS News on Friday. So let me see. Let me get back to my thing here. So with that being said, Chicago's next. Chicago is next. Mark my words, because once they start talking about it, oh, they're going to implement it, because they already have those inner cities in the palm of their hand. They got everybody scared over crime that they let run rampant. So rather than boost the police presence or use more money to invest in police, they have to bring in the National Guard. Who's going to be next after Chicago? Who's going to be next after Chicago? Let me see. Let me drop to my comments. MP, let me see. James Ballack, military, police, National Guardsmen can't be that many. See, here's the key. Here's the key. Are these even our National Guard? I'm just asking a question. Are these even our National Guardsmen? I don't know. Just asking a question. Mama D, what you got? She is only doing this for election optics. I would hope so. But when there's a pattern being set, I mean, is Chicago going to only be doing this for election optics? No, they are literally crying that this is a necessity to help batten down on crime. Well, let me ask you this. Why won't you send National Guards into the inner cities? All of the crime that's running rampant in there, and you want to make communities and stuff feel safe. Oh no, I didn't want to say that. Because is that next? Is this the stepping stone? Is the only way we can feel safe now in America is to have the National Guard be implemented into our environment? It's almost like it's almost like they're conditioning us to accept this as the norm. See, some people can't even see far off. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm right, but damn, I haven't been that wrong. This is common sense. Now, I can understand you doubling the police force, and then if you having problems, send the National Guard. I can understand that, because you could be like, well, dang, I doubled the force. I sent in some more people. That still didn't work. I gotta send in the National Guard. But you ain't put out no voluntary police academy posts. You ain't put out no recruitment commercial. You ain't put out nothing for citizens to have the opportunity to join the force, or even the people. Well, you probably got the police, you got the numbers, or maybe you don't got the numbers, but still, you got to go straight to the National Guard. I don't buy it. And now Chicago's talking about following suit. But we're gonna stay abreast on this, and I'm gonna keep y'all updated on everything that's going on. CJ Jean says that's what they want. Yeah, we all know. All of us ain't blind. My sister Jersey Jen is in the building. Hello, Jersey Jen. I hope you are great. Can't wait to see you again. Hope all is well. Hope all is well to Patriot Nation out there. Hope all is well to the Patriot family. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, ring that bell so y'all can get that instant notification. You know, I was having a conversation with one of the patrons, one of the Patriot brothers, and you know, it was just fly by night conversation, or fly by day conversation, whatever you call it. And he was talking about how everybody was like, well, everybody's gone off of here and gone off of there, and where you been? And listen, y'all know how I like to say that. Listen, Linda. Hannah Kelly, hello. When you do this, when you do a podcast, when you do anything, if you don't just sit back and take a breath, if you don't sit back and breathe, if you don't sit back and enjoy life, if you don't sit back and at least try to escape the reality of what's going on, you will drive yourself insane, especially talking about the stuff I talk about. You think this stuff is good? No, this stuff ain't good. This stuff is, believe it or not, this stuff is heart-wrenching. This stuff is stomach upsetting to talk about the shit that's going on in our great nation. I could dare say there's probably 10 out of 10 of you out there right now sitting back watching this live feed, and that are gonna watch it, that can honestly say y'all would have never thought in your lifetime we'd be dealing with some Civil War shit. Us, 2024. We like the damn the red coats and the damn what's the names all over again. It's some crazy shit. It's some crazy shit. It's some crazy shit going on. But it is what it is. And this too shall pass. Hannah Kelly says, what? I don't think it's a civil war. We need a revolution. Hey, believe it or not, for those that don't understand, the Great Reset is at hand. You know, all the shit that's going on, we still winning. We still win. It might look chaotic. Victory can come in the form of chaos sometimes. I know things look dim on the surface, but under the surface, we win it. We win. You want this is I'm gonna show you this clip, and I'm gonna let you know how I know we win it, and then we're gonna get into it But this right here, I got one half of the Ratchet Sisters. Y'all know who the Ratchet Sisters are. But ain't this some shit? This is the difference between black people and white people. This is why I call her Ratchet. You got Ratchet 1. I don't know if we're gonna get to old hood chick Willis tonight. I'm not sure. I gotta depend on how I feel when I get into it a little bit. But I know tonight we're gonna get into boss Letitia James. Let me go ahead and then we'll back up off her and talk a little bit.
Meanwhile, the FDNY still searching for those rowdy firefighters who booed New York Attorney General Letitia James at a department promotion event last week. You'll remember this. Brian Yanis live in New York City with more. Still talking about this, Brian.
Sandra, good morning. Well, the FDNY is urging firefighters to turn themselves in, insisting they are, quote, not hunting anyone down, but they are looking into those who they say clearly broke department regulations when they booed AG Letitia James and started chanting former President Donald Trump's name at a promotion ceremony last week at a Brooklyn church. Yesterday, FDNY Commissioner Laura Kavanaugh went back to that church and apologized.
I am sorry about the way that we acted. We disappointed our friends who are here, our family who is here, and we disappointed this church that has given us so much over the years.
The FDNY tells Fox about its investigation into its members, quote, it has nothing to do with politics. It's about professionalism at an official event held in a house of worship. While some argue the firefighters were within their First Amendment rights, FDNY bosses are apparently furious over what they deemed as unacceptable behavior by FDNY members Thursday.
First, simmer down. Kavanaugh and Chief Hodgins for that recognition.
The Post reports a memo handed out at firehouses Sunday warns when you're not on duty, feel however you want about politicians. Vote, protest, that's your right, but don't do it on the job's time. On Saturday, Trump went after AG James, who won a $454 million civil fraud case against him.
The fascist and racist Attorney General of New York State, Letitia James, I call her Peekaboo.
That's Boss James.
Who, by the way, is now being booed and heckled all over New York because they know it's a scam.
The FDNY union says it will provide representation to any member who is under investigation. Sandra?
Okay. I couldn't have made that shit up. I really couldn't have made that up. Who is that? Stacy Me. We got YouTube in the building. Stacy Me says Trump is broke. Nah, that man is far from broke. That man can give up a bill. He ain't gonna give up nothing in the end. Well, we're gonna get into that. But I just wanted to acknowledge Stacy Me. But it's crazy. It's crazy. So you can only cheer. You can only cheer. But I bet you a bottom dollar, if Trump was there and they was booing Trump, oh Lord, they be talking about it all over the news, praising everybody. Oh, they was booing Trump. Oh Lord, they hate Trump. Well, guess what? They hate Ratchet number 2. Boss James. She really thinks she running the show? That crowd let her know. And this is the thing. Now they want to hunt him down. Now they want to treat him like See? They want to treat him like January 6ers. If you step out of pocket, they coming for you. What is that about? You had a woman See, that's the ovation she should have got when. That's the ovation. Hood Chick Wade. Hood Chick Willis should have got at the black church when she stepped into the podium telling all them lies. That's what should have happened. But it didn't. It didn't. Okay, it didn't. But this one right here, the real estate mogul, because she knows her real estate, she knows the value of Mar-a-Lago, and now she works for the FDA, obviously, because she's suing the beef company for false advertisement. So this is a woman of all trades, and she's not afraid to let you know if she ever comes out on stage in your presence and you boo her, she coming after you. Now, if she can make up some shit and come after Trump, don't these fired people think she can come after their ass too? Oh, they're gonna find out who booed. They're gonna find out who booed. It's gonna be the fired person that was standing next to the person that booed that tells them. It's something else. It's something else. But on a lighter note, before we go any further, do me a favor. Y'all make sure you like, share, subscribe, ring that bell so we can get them instant notifications. We are about to take off. Hannah Kelly, what are you saying? They are after us. Trump is just standing in the way. We have a great one right there. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. J6 was a Fed insurrection. And I'm glad we are on that. Because you know what? And if you are here right now live, you don't want to go anywhere. You want to make sure you hear this. And I'm going to play it for you. But everybody out there that was talking about, oh, it was an insurrection, it was this. Listen to this man right here. We don't like him, but sometimes you just got to tell the truth. Now, you might have your own motives and your own reasons. I really don't give a cockadoodle. I really don't. But listen to this. Listen to this.
It doesn't make you evil. You see what I'm saying?
Maybe a little evil.
No. And I'll tell you what, you use that word a lot. I don't use it. You are more judgmental and stronger in your convictions than I am.
Yes.
I have a lot more latitude in how things go. Like Ashley Babbitt, look, the whole thing was so regrettable. And I didn't think it was right. It wasn't right to call it an insurrection because
Wait a minute. Wait. Cuomo, let me go back. I gotta go back. Wait a minute. What did he say? Hold on. Did Chris Cuomo just tell Tucker Carlson that January 6th wasn't an insurrection? And then I'm gonna let it play in its entirety.
James, is this the girl who's going to beat you up? Is getting mad?
There are a lot of women. I'm telling you, Tucker. I'm going to start bringing them around you the next time we see
I'm
each other.
afraid of these chicks.
And you will see. You went to that UFC fight. If you had said this before and then walked into that fight, Trump even couldn't have saved you. So this is what I saw there. Insurrection is a crime. Okay, there's an Insurrection Act. You have a statute. You have the whole thing. There has never been an insurrection that was largely unarmed. Okay, and I know people are going to say they had fire extinguishers and sticks. If your intention is to take over the United States government, you're going to come heavy, you're going to come hard, you're going to be
what?
Hard. This was a riot. And that's bad enough.
Okay.
January 6th was bad enough. It was a riot. Ashley Babbitt, for good reason, bad reason, no reason, was where she was. She put that officer in fear of his life with like 10 other people. And that's how she got shot.
We don't know that she put him in fear of his life because there was never an investigation into it. They did.
Exactly.
So Michael Byrd, the man who shot her to death, had already been sanctioned for leaving his loaded Glock in the men's room of the Capitol. Now, you tell me, I don't know what your view of firearms is, but I have a lot of views on firearms. You can't leave a loaded, striker-fired handgun with a bullet in the chamber
right,
with no safety, and you
Right.
leave that in the men's room as a cop, you should be fired immediately.
That's right. You should be fired immediately. And like Tucker said, if you wanna see it, go to Tucker Carlson. Him and COUMO have a great sit down. With yes, he is. He is a murderer. No investigation, no anything. Little old 5'2", veteran. May she rest in peace. Prayers to her family. I'll be going up to DC soon. Look forward to meeting Mrs. Babbitt, and it's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, if y'all want to see the rest of that, y'all go and look for the entirety of that. Let me get off of that because it wasn't a sore subject, but when we got into Ashley Babbitt, it became kind of sour. But it's crazy. Like, share, subscribe. Let me get some of my coffee. Make sure you drink you some coffee every now and then. So, Boss James putting the hit out on everybody, telling everybody, if you booed for me, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. And now we have, he hates us. I know he hates us. If you watch the video, you'll know he hates us. But still, he had to admit, maybe for CNN fired his ass. And he's like, okay, I ain't playing y'all game no more. Y'all gonna fire me? The one who bought y'all money, had one of the best shows on your network, and you gonna fire me? Hey, they eat their own. That's what they do. He found out. He sits and acts like he doesn't care. He's almost happy about it. It allowed him to do his own thing. Whatever. You got fired. When will any of you talk about Mike Gill in New Hampshire and what was done to my family and I? When will, hold on one second, please. When will any of you talk about Mike Gill in New Hampshire and what is done to my family and I? Sabrina Henry, welcome to the Patriots Lab. I will be more than happy to talk about anything that is going on with Mike Gill in New Hampshire. I am unaware of what's going on with Mike Gill in New Hampshire, you and your family, but you are more than welcome to bring anything that you have going on to the Patriots Lab. I welcome it. I will give you all the airtime you need, and we'll handle it from there. The invitation is extended. Trump's employer said today he was told to take secret document boxes to a private jet before the FBI showed up at Mar-a-Lago. Oh, I'm sure he did. Trump is guilty and screwed. We got YouTube in the building. I've heard of Mike Gill. I don't know him personally, but I would love to connect and make it a priority. So once again, I extend out the invitation. And that's basically all I can do. Santiago Bolanos, good evening. It's Monday night, and I think I'm just getting started. Y'all make sure you like, share, subscribe, ring that bell so y'all can get the instant notifications. I don't never know where I'm going to be from one day to the next. Damn, I sound like Joe Biden. Okay, where are we going to go from here? Where do we go now? Where do we go? Okay, check it. This is where we're going to go. We're going to jump over to Biden real quick. Everybody's seen the State of the Union. Of course you have. But let me show the clip, and then we'll go ahead and talk about it.
Pennsylvania, I have a message for you. Send me to Congress that I can.
Yeah, wait a minute. Y'all heard that shit right. I'm gonna back it up. I'm gonna back it up in case y'all think y'all didn't hear it. This man just told Pennsylvania to send him to Congress. In case you didn't hear it, let me play it again.
That I can support this right, and I promise you, if we take back Congress, we will restore Roe v. Wade as the law. This right, I promise you.
Wait a minute.
Take
Wait a minute.
Congress that I can support
Here it
this
goes.
right. Send me to Congress that I can support this right.
Hey.
I promise you, if we take back Congress, we will restore Roe v. Wade as the law of the land.
Hey, I'm not good. I'm not good with my buttons and all that stuff. I'm really not. But that is the least of my worries right now. That is the least of my worries. My number one concern at this point in time right now is, why is Joe Biden wanting to go back to Congress? What? Listen, for everybody that watched the State of the Union, they owe the country a big explanation. They really do. Because I've talked to Democrats. I've had Democrats call me. I've had Democrats call me and tell me not to watch the State of the Union because they already know. They was like, bro, they was like, don't watch it. They was like, you don't need to watch it. From the little bit I did see, what an embarrassment. What, you know what? Don't take my word for it. I think I got a little clip. I think I got a little clip of the State of the Union. Let me see. Let me see if I got a little bit of that State of Reunion here. I might have a little bit.
Detection machines to significantly increase the ability to screen and stop vehicles smuggling fentanyl into America.
Hey, now y'all gotta try to keep up with him, because they got him so pumped up. He on overdrive. He on hyper. He is on accelerated. He is on some accelerated shit. He can't slow down. Check him out.
That's killing thousands of children. This bill would save lives and bring order to the border. It will also give me and any new president new emergency authority to temporarily shut down the border when the number of migrants at the border is overwhelming.
Now listen. For some reason, he still seems to think we believe that he needs to be given some type of emergency powers. No, Papa. The same emergency powers that you had with that's called an executive order, that's the same power you used to close up the damn border. No, but you want to send billions and billions and billions to Ukraine. How dare you put our sovereignty up for auction?
The Border Patrol Union has endorsed this bill. The Federal Chamber of Commerce is, yeah. You're saying low. Look at the facts.
If this ain't the most, go ahead, y'all listen.
I know.
Look at the smirk on his face. Look at the smirk on his face. And look at the border czar. Look at the border czar. Look at the look on her face. And I tell you what, Rob Johnson, I give it to you, bro. Because if this was MMA, I think Rob Johnson would have tried to take them both out. I really think Rob Johnson would try. The state of our country and what it's in, and Kamala is happy. She's happy.
I know you know how to read.
Did Papa just tell the Democrats, I know you know how to read? Did he just say that? How insulting. See, I know you know how to read. Go ahead.
I believe that given the opportunity for a majority in the House and Senate would endorse the bill as well, a majority right now. But unfortunately, politics has derailed this bill so far. I'm told my predecessor called members of Congress in the Senate to demand they block the bill. He feels political win. He viewed it as a political win for me.
PAPPA can't even talk. PAPPA can't even talk. And look, the expression of Kamala Harris and Rob Johnson ain't changed. Ain't changed a bit.
Political loser for him. It's not about him. It's not about me. I'd be a winner. Not really.
So he just said, I'd be a winner. Not really. No, for real. He just said, I'd be a winner. Not really. Oh, shit. Now watch. This is genius. You know how you can lead a horse to water and you can't make him drink? Marjorie Taylor Greene is genius. We're going to show you. See, when you're a boss, can't nobody make you do nothing. Marjorie Taylor Greene exposed just how fragile PAPPA is. Watch this.
Lincoln Riley, an innocent young woman who was killed by an illegal. That's right. But how many of thousands of people being killed by illegals? To her parents, I say, my heart goes out to you, having lost children myself. I understand. But look, if we change the dynamic at the border, people pay these smugglers $8,000 to get across the border because they know if they get by and let into the country, it's 6 to 8 years
really
before they have a
this
hearing.
shit?
And it's worth it taking the chance of the $8,000. But if it's only 6 weeks, the idea is it's highly unlikely that people will pay that money and come all that way, knowing that they'll be able to be kicked out quickly. Folks.
You see, did you see Byron Donaldson holding his hands out? Like, what the hell is he talking about? Listen, he gonna lay out the damage that's being done. First of all, Lincoln Riley, not Lincoln, Mr. President. Rest in peace and prayers to the Riley family, first off and foremost. But I don't know what else to really say. I don't know. I very seldom get for a loss of words, but it seems week after week after week, it's like I don't come up with a loss of words. It's trying to come up with new words. You know what I'm saying? New words, because this is past insanity. This is past, you know, I don't know, but like, share, subscribe, ring that bell so y'all can get them instant notifications. Hannah Kelly, Biden is disgusting. He apologized for saying illegal, but didn't apologize for saying Lincoln Riley. Yes, that's the way the program worked. What did he want? What did he mean to call him? I meant to call him undocumented. Really? That's if they was already over here and they didn't have papers and none of that stuff. No, we're talking about the people that are coming across. Not the people that are already here and never signed up for shit. And don't got no paperwork. But once again, when we know what we're dealing with, it's a sad, sad situation. All the way around. Who we got? Wow, Patriot D. You actually you got a Patriot in front of your name. I'm gonna go ahead and put the comment up because Patriot D has a Patriot in front of his name. So we know your vocabulary is limited. That's why you can't come up with new words. Which just goes to show me that Patriot is a troll. Because Patriots don't talk like that to other Patriots. Shame on you. But I'm not gonna block you. You keep my algorithm going. So in the meantime, in between time, make sure you like, share, subscribe, ring the bell, hit that notification bell. Where we at? Where we at? What's up, Bobby? Sister Bobby's in the house. Hey, we got the train. We got the Trump train. I'm gonna let y'all listen to it as it goes on by. Oh, they're not gonna give you no more honks. Let's Go is in the building. Don't block Patriot D. If you do, you will have 3 viewers. Oh, will I? That's Let's Go. Well, I see 7 on this one, 6 on this one, and 12 on that one. So obviously, Let's Go. You know your math. But that's okay because I don't expect trolls to know their math. But where are we going from here? Where do we go now? Where do we go? So, Biden, he might debate Trump. He just might debate Trump. But this is when we talk Joe Biden, it's all comical. It's all comical. So we finally figured out if he's going to debate Trump or not. And given the opportunity, here's Papa's answer. Let me see if I can get Papa's answer. Here's Papa's answer given the opportunity if he's going to debate Trump. They ask him.
Mr. President, will you commit to a debate with former President Trump? It depends on his behavior.
And if you didn't hear it, here it is. One more time for you.
Mr. President, will you commit to a debate with former President Trump? It depends on his behavior.
So, Trump, listen. I know you're not wanting to take advice. You're your own alpha dog. But do me a favor. Be nice. Can you try to do that? Can you try to be nice, Trump? Because obviously Papa is willing to debate depending on your behavior. I got a light cigarette on that. Okay, hold on. And if you smoke, light one yourself. So, I've seen a lot of people run for president. I've seen a lot of people campaign. I've seen a lot of shit in my day. But one thing I've never, ever heard was a politician, when asked the question, will you debate your opponent? And the answer is, it depends on their behavior. Ain't that something? So that's how far we've come. That is how far we come. So, hey, if you act bad, it's like Christmas. You ain't getting no presents. You act bad. If I think you act bad, I ain't gonna debate you. I ain't gonna debate you. Ain't that something? Hannah Kelly, what do we have here? Hannah Kelly says, Papa, I love it. I call him Joey Applesauce. Trump said he would debate him anytime, anywhere, any place. Yes. But hey, listen, his handlers, I can't even I can't even call this one because hell, every time I turn around, these Democrats, they're surprising the shit out of me. Every time I turn around, they surprise me. So they might pump Papa up with some juice and crank his ass up in the back and let his wooden soldier ass march on out there to the debate stage. You know what I'm saying? They might drill him real good for the first 30 minutes while he in the back and then hope he can retain that shit. But only thing Donald Trump got to do is go through the same fucking Q&A list he went through the first time. See, because the first time Joe Biden lied through the whole list. You know, that'd be some funny shit. Trump asked him the same questions and Joe Biden give him the same answers. Your family was the only family that made money in China, Joe. No, my family never made no money in China. The laptop is authentic, Joe. No, the laptop ain't authentic. 51 FBI people said it was. He would answer the same way to the shit we already know to be actual and factual. But what can they do? What else can they do? I tell you what they can do. Just what they starting to do right now. Starting to put the National Guard in the transportation systems in these liberal cities. And I'm sorry, that's just my opinion. That's just the tip of the iceberg. There ain't no way in hell you can't tell me you can't double your police department. That you got to go straight to the National Guard. And people, patriots, whoever you consider yourself to be, when they say the subway system, let me reiterate, runs throughout the whole damn city. So that means, is there going to be National Guard throughout the whole city? And now you got Illinois chirping about it. I mean, I'm not one of those people that's going to wait for 4 or 5 cities to do this shit and they'll be like, I wonder what they're doing. No, when you light the fuse, I don't have to wait for the fuse to get halfway to the damn bomb to try to figure out, is it going to explode if it gets to the end? No, as soon as you light that son bitch, I'm going to be aware of it. That's the problem. We get stuck behind the 8 ball so much. Why not pay attention? We do. But, you know, we can't make a big stink because New York did it. Illinois just talking about it. Only thing we do is really sit back and see what happens. If Illinois implements it, we'll talk about that. Until that takes place, I guess it's really a mute issue, so I digress. I won't talk about it no more. It's just needing more security in places that you can just add more police officers. But you want to send in the National Guard. Okay. I mean, it's your cities. You can do what you want to do. You can do what you want to do. Let me see. Where are we at? We are at 53-54 minutes. What else do I have in the repertoire tonight going on? Let me see. I'm not sure of anything. But the whole time, Joe Biden in the State of the Union speech, I know he was going to lie. But I just want y'all to sit back because I found this very interesting when I came across this. I want you to let me know if you're better off, and this is going to be a question. Are you better off today than you was 4 years ago? I don't think so.
Speaker, the insulting campaign speech last night of Biden was correctly identified today as vitriolic by Gary David and Christopher Thompson of WVOC Radio in Columbia. President Trump is correct. The Biden false accusations are a Trump derangement dividing the American people. And also, Senator Katie Britt is correct. Quote, families are hurting. At our southern border, we see it. President Biden inherited the most secure border of all times. But minutes after taking office, he suspended deportations, halted the border wall, and announced a plan to give amnesty. We know that President Biden's border crisis was invited with 94 executive decisions in his first 100 days. Every family is at risk of attack, as we see with the murder of Laken Riley. In conclusion, God bless our troops who successfully protected America for 20 years in the global war on terrorism as it continues moving from the Afghanistan safe haven to America.
All right, we won't play no more of that. Jen Hale, good evening. But when we sit back and we listen, there is nothing that this man says. There's nothing that PAPPA says that is in touch with reality. Are your gas prices back at $1.84? I dare say not. Are your grocery bills down where they were before? I dare say not. See, a lot of people are focused on Donald Trump, the man with the attitude. Well, guess what? There's a lot of people right now that miss that man with that attitude. You might not be one of them, but there's enough that have finally, I'm not going to say seen the light, because everybody knows insanity and everybody can recognize a lie when they see one. But there's enough that have finally decided to come out of the shadows and be bold enough and brave enough to say, you know what, enough is enough. I can deal with a mean tweet here and there. I can deal with somebody that doesn't always say things the right way. But what I can't deal with is a traitor, someone that has literally sold this country out policy-wise. Everything that he has done to hurt the American people has been deliberate. From the Keystone Pipeline to the open border policy to everything. There is no way in hell you can tell me as an American you're better off today than you were 4 years ago. And to still be standing the way he's standing after dealing with what he's been dealing with, this is going to go down as one of the greatest achievements in modern day history. For those of you that have been following the, y'all know, Hood Chick Willis, we'll be talking about her Wednesday. We're going to be talking about the state of affairs in the country that we live in today. How we can now be recognized, in my opinion, as a third world country where your political opponent will try to have you locked up, or it's a sad day. It's a sad day in America. It's a sad day. You have, and this is what pisses me off. I'm gonna be real about it, and then I'm gonna close it out. My people. I'm talking to my people. We strive to get ahead in whatever we do. We say we have it hard enough. But then we get ourselves and we enable ourselves to get in positions of success. And then what do? We're willing to just throw it all away. Throw it all away. Fannie Willis, Nathan Wade, Bradley up in New York, Letitia James, all these young black successful or could be successful and dare I say very probably highly intelligent, willing to throw their careers away for someone else's agenda. Y'all are going to find out that y'all aren't protected. The man is going to eat your ass up and spit you out. Y'all been used and abused and served like hell, and now you're going to find yourself in a jail cell. Maybe it was the greed of money. Maybe it was the arrogance of the power you held. Because when it's all over and it's all said and done, you had nothing from nothing. So you made up something. I don't get all hysterical in the process of what Trump is going through. Because all that shit is going to fall apart at the highest level. Why don't people understand that? All of these indictments, all of these court cases, all of these things is smoke and mirrors to keep you focused on this while they're implementing the National Guard in the subway stations under whatever pretenses they see fit. They have gotten so many people bought into the lie. And now it's, oh, we won't debate because he's under 91 indictments. Well, he hasn't been proven guilty of nothing. And the couple of times he has been proven guilty, hell, the Democrats have been the judge and the jury. And they proclaimed him guilty before the shit even started. What kind of shit is that? Shit you can get away with at the low level. The level you control. The courtroom you control. But once all that shit gets out of their jurisdiction and gets to where it really needs to be, because people have to remember the appellate court already said that the weirdo judge and Letitia James didn't have standing because half the shit was outdated. They went against the appellate court. Well, guess where it has to go back to? So why am I going to be worried? I got other shit to stay focused on. Military and the subway systems. No matter where you go, the transit system is everywhere. If you go to Illinois, how do people travel? I mean, that's all I'm saying. So it ain't like they just tucking these things in one neighborhood. They're talking about the whole system. I mean, you do the math. What do we got? Yellow Rose 62. Mama Mona's in the building, right? What we talking about? Oh, you know me. I'm just blabbing my mouth. Good evening, Lisa Jones, Misty Huntley Watson, R.W. Weiss. Danny Wayne is in the building. Yeah, the rhinos are. You are so right about that. Danny says, so the rhinos are losing their mind. Most are going to our side screaming for help. They're looking for cover. I'd be looking for cover too. There's nothing worse. You know what? It's like this. I like using analogies. It's like you in the woods, and you got your 9mm with you, and all of a sudden in the middle of the night, this big ass bear is coming at you, and you just unloading your clip, round after round after round, and every round that goes by, you realizing this bear ain't going down, and you down to the last 3, 4, and he's still coming at you, and then you down to 2, and he coming at you. Well, guess what? You getting desperate. You just ain't standing there no more. You in desperate mode, and that's just how Trump got these Democrats. You got to sit back and you got to realize and you got to look and listen and understand. They have been coming and coming and coming and coming and coming for this man since day one. Since day one. And now it has gotten, when I did this about 4 or 5 years ago, when I was started talking about this and all this shit started taking place, I said we was in a heavyweight fight. And soon we would get into those heavyweight championship rounds. Well, right now we are in round 13 of a 15-round heavyweight slugfest. And guess what? The defending champ is about to KO the current champ. The current champ didn't train. He took that first win for granted and just was living a life, fucking up the country, and going to the beach and hanging out in Delaware, hiring people to do this and do that, and just causing corruption everywhere. And now time has closed in on him. Let me see what. Okay. Mama Moments said just posted the new J6 part movie to my page. Explains it all. A true must-see. Link above. Y'all go to Mama Moments, and go ahead and get that link. But I appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight. It's been a good one. Like I said, I've been under the weather. I haven't been in, but man, what a comeback. I will be back in on Wednesday for who knows Wednesday. Depending on what's going on in the atmosphere. Because with this administration from day to day, we never know. We never know what's happening. What I do know is we are winning. We are definitely winning. A lot of people have become aware. A lot of people are waking up. A lot of people realize and understand that PAPPA is not running this country. On that note, the people that are running this country, why don't y'all come out and speak? Send somebody out that represents the hierarchy that is running the show. Because we can't understand PAPPA. We really can't. We can't understand PAPPA. PAPPA goes off on his rants. PAPPA get too mad. Do you hear what he told him? He said, y'all can read, can't you? Come on, man. You're supposed to be president of the United States. How you going to ask grown-ass people if they can read? They're in your Congress, right? Listen, send somebody out there that is a lot more coherent, that can walk out there with the chest out, still feed us the bullshit, but do it in such a way where they show some type of life, some type of strength. Because look, we gotta put PAPPA out the pasture. PAPPA, his thoroughbred days is over. I mean, he's like that wounded horse. You don't want to put him down, but his time is up. His time is up. I mean, did you see PAPPA when he came out in the State of Reunion? He looked like a little kid that been to Disneyland for the first time. Cut PAPPA some slack. Okay? Can we just get to that? Treat us with a little respect. Treat us with a little dignity. Don't insult us all the way. Give us some Vaseline. Don't just do us like that. I'll even let you put Gavin Newsom out there, because we know it's all a lie. So put thoroughbred Gavin out there in front of everybody and let Gavin Newsom stand out there with his California tan, with his hair slicked back like the Fonz, and let him talk. At least it's a better specimen to look at. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I mean, 'cause now y'all got us laughing at PAPPA when he gets out on stage. We ain't nobody listening to him. Everybody laughing at him now. Everybody laughing. What we got? You are very welcome. Do me a favor, Hannah. Smash that like button. Make sure you share this. I appreciate it. And hit the notification. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. This is where it's going to go down. And it's all downhill from here. It's all downhill. Just let them self-destruct. Just let them self-destruct. Let them. We have never seen this before. As Americans, we know it's not normal. We know it's not normal for a president not to debate. We know it's not normal for a president not to hold campaign rallies. We know it's not normal for a president to campaign from the basement. So what are they going to do now? They're going to wind PAPPA up and send Mr. Toy Soldier out there. And you know what? We got Sabrina. Are you talking about to the show right now? Because if you are, I will send you the link. Just let me know with a yes or if it's going to be another way, because you're more than welcome to join the live show. If you want to come on, I have no problem sending you the link. I'll just shoot it over to you. So let me know. But yeah, it's crazy. Oh, what else do we talk about? Okay, I'll get it sent over to you. Let me go ahead and note it. Patriots, make sure you like, share, subscribe, ring the bell so you can get those instant notifications. And let me go ahead and get this done. And let's see what we're going to talk about. But in the meantime, in between time, while I get her in here, I will go ahead and do this. Y'all know how I do it. Y'all go ahead and hang out for a minute. All right, we are back. We are back. We are back. I appreciate that. Appreciate that for y'all hanging out. I believe I got that link sent over to Sabrina Henry, so she should be in the lab momentarily. Also, if you want to be a live guest on the show, let me know. I will be more than happy to shoot you over the link. If you got anything to talk about, this is more than just a political platform. We talk about all things. So if you got issues, if you got any grievances, or if you just got just life in general that you want to discuss, that's what we're here. So let me see where we're at. We got Darryl McClain in the building. What's up, DJ? Oh man, but it's one of them nights. Danny Wayne, hoping Ray can meet the news where we need it. I try. It's Monday. I haven't been here in a while. Like I said, I've been under the weather for about a week or so. And then my father-in-law came to town. We had a great weekend. But this is a recovering process, and I'm feeling a lot better. But sometimes you just got to step back, step away, pump the brakes, and step out of this reality, step out of this madness of what's going on. If you do what me and others do, because I tell you, it can be consuming. It can be gut-wrenching. I mean, whoever, I asked the question before, is there anybody out there would have ever thought that they would be going through this right now? Anybody? Good evening. We have Sabrina Hope in the Patriots Lab. Welcome. It's great having you on the show. How are you?
It's good to be here. I'm okay. I'm doing
Okay.
best under the circumstances.
Do me a favor, introduce yourself to everyone, if you would, and let them know where you're at and what you are dealing with this evening.
Okay,
Because this will be my first time also here.
Yeah. So I'm 47 years old. My name is Sabrina Hope Henry. I was married for the past 20 years. I have 2 young children that are not so young anymore. They're 19 and 18 almost. And I had a checkered past in my youth, and I changed my life around 20 years ago and moved to New Hampshire. I believed in our country, and I thought that things were the way that we were taught to believe that they are in our country. If you do wrong, you get punished. If you do right, you get protected and you get rewarded. And I 18 years ago got hurt on a job site, and I caught the state of New Hampshire legislature involved in illegal insurance tort reform. In 2014, my representative became the crazy tinfoil hat wearer on national TV for 4 months, Stella Tremblay. Anybody can look it up. Stella Tremblay, New Hampshire tinfoil hat wearer. You can Google those keywords and you'll look it up. She was my representative at the state legislature, redress a grievance. It's a unique legislative committee because it bypasses the Federal Bureau of Investigation and the state's attorney general, and it puts the law back in the hands of where it originates from, which is your state legislature. and I ran around with a dog and pony show. I later learned to understand that that's what people commonly refer to it as rather. And I was heavily retaliated against. I got involved in multiple endeavors once I realized that our country was in for a big problem. And I used my skill sets as a contractor to fight against what I knew was coming for our nation. I turned in a man with fully automatic weapons, armor-piercing rounds out of Hell's Angels lockers. And he said he was going to shoot up cops. Anyone can look this up. Everything that I say, you can look up. It's made newspaper articles. Thanks to Mike Gill, State of Corruption, New Hampshire. He made a video about this man 3 months before the same man was surrounded in Boston by U.S. Marshals, Boston FBI. And you'll have to excuse me, I have a really bad cold. The FBI bank robbery division and the Boston SWAT and U.S. Marshals, like I was saying. And so I knew him 20 years ago. I worked with him. He was a job site manager, and I got employed with College Pro Painters in New Hampshire. And he brandished those weapons. He actually loaded the Tech 9, chambered around, and tried to hand me the weapon. And so I gave Derry Police Department and Londonderry Police Department tips about this man. And the same man approached me in a local Walmart, and he said that the cops went to his people and told him that somebody he used to work with ratted him out for the weapons. That's what I identified myself as by both police officers. Al Baldessaro, a well-known figure that everybody that is that is relevant and up to date with politics knows full well who he is. He's a Marine that has been on national TV multiple times representing the United States military force of the Marines. He's a senator out of Londonderry, New Hampshire, which was one of the police departments. He got me a meeting with the police chief in Derry, New Hampshire. And I found out that the police department told Stephen Gingras, the man that made all the papers, you can look him up, STEPHENGINGRAS, Boston SWAT. This occurred in 2016. Nobody can deny that I've been involved in all these incidences, and that I am the centrifuge of these incidences. Mike Gill made a video 3 months before the same individual was arrested in Boston. They recovered 2 of the weapons. I got involved in multiple issues after that. I had huge agricultural gardens that I was filling the back of my truck up with fruits and veggies, and I was delivering them to food pantries all through all the churches through my area. And poor people on this, at the Walmart entrances and things like that, the old signs for "will work for food" or anything like that, I would give them whatever they wanted. I would literally fill the back of my pickup truck. My children and I and my ex would go through all our veggies, and we would do all this stuff. And the town of Derry, New Hampshire retaliated against me and had me plow under all my gardens. In 2016, the police came. I told the police that I wanted to file criminal charges against the town of Derry, who was retaliating against me. They came to my house. They beat me up really bad. I have photographs of it. I had no skin that you could see that wasn't torn open. I am now being charged because they pitted my spouse against me and used my children as weapons against me. I made a video to give to the judge because my spouse was allowing my 15-year-old child to have sex in our home, and I wasn't going to allow that. So they charged me with intercept party to communication, wiretapping in my own house to protect my own children. The police charged me with resisting arrest, which was a blatant lie, and criminal threatening, which was a blatant lie. So I'm in Maine now. I'm essentially homeless because I defended this nation, and Mike Gill is the only one that cared to tell the truth and make videos about it. Mike Gill he was on the cover of Time magazine. He owned the largest horse racing stabling system on the planet. And he had the largest mortgage brokerage industry in the United States of America. So this man backed me, and he's a very notorious, influential figure, and I'm a nobody. So we literally put the state of New Hampshire in a vice, and they had to go after both of us equally and destroy our lives. So that's why I wanted to get on your show, because I find it interesting that, we can highlight somebody in New York City that's selling loose cigarettes and gets strangled. We can highlight Massachusetts colleges that are forging admission papers by Hollywood movie stars. We can highlight all this, but we can't highlight a man for some reason in this nation that was offered $50 million to sign releases from the IRS, to sign releases from the banking commission, from everything else. And then when he refused to do that, he was sued for almost $400 million. And now we're seeing the mayor of New York City being sued for 300 and some odd million dollars. And we're seeing Trump being sued for this. And I'm really confused here how, I don't want to say confused, because, the Bible says that God is not the author of confusion. So I don't want to get it twisted like that, but I'm really jaded with my country at this point, because it's destroyed a perfect marriage. It's destroyed an amazing family. My son affluentially plays 8 instruments and he's going backwards. My daughter is starting to make TikTok videos. She's going through all kinds of mental depression, and nobody wants to, dig into New Hampshire for some unknown reason. So I'm just asking that everybody at least go on State of Corruption New Hampshire, the website, and watch Mike Gill's videos, because there you're going to find the videos, and you can come to your own decision as to whether or not all of this stuff that doesn't make sense that's going on with our country is simply a diversion to what Mike Gill is saying.
Yeah, I was just going through. I'm connected with him, but I very seldom follow other people. So I appreciate it. I'm glad you brought Mike to my attention. I will be streaming through the videos that he's got up here. He's got numerous videos, obviously, from what I'm looking at.
I'm the one. So I'm sorry to cut you off, but
go ahead.
I'm the one let the workers hit the floor. I also went on the show Kevin Avard, New Hampshire Speak Up. Timothy Horgan at the New Hampshire legislature at Redress a Grievance at the same time that my representative Stella Tremblay was becoming the national tinfoil hat crazy lady on national TV for 4 months. Timothy Horgan took my entire medical history and posted it on the World Wide Web. And that was the move to put the federal government in check with the state of New Hampshire government, because this is how they leverage each other.
Well, unfortunately, Sabrina, what you're going through, quite a few Americans that are standing up for this country are being targeted and going through. They're targeting the family. They're targeted. They don't care if they destroy you. They don't care if they destroy your family.
No.
Because what I, and what millions of other Americans are standing up for at this time is in total opposite of what their agenda is. And these people will do anything, even destroy its own citizens.
Yeah.
Frame its own citizens, unjustly lock up its own citizens. Hell, once they lock them up, don't even give them a court date for years.
The judge in New Hampshire, when I went in, he told everybody in the courtroom in the 10th Circuit Dairy Court, I'm sorry to cut you off again.
No, go ahead.
But he told everybody in the 10th Circuit Court in Derry, New Hampshire, this is on recording, that he was suspending constitutional law that day for everybody in his courtroom.
So here's another American patriot experiencing tyranny firsthand. Our prayers go out to you, your family. Only thing I can say, I pray that all can be healed once we make it through this, because we are going to make it through this. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it through this. They're not going to be able to destroy us in the end. Are they doing a good job making our lives chaotic and hectic? Yeah, they are. They are. But that's about all they can do. That's about all they can do.
I've been at this since 2007, sir. So when I hear people tell me that, Trump is going to fix it, I have such little faith in it because he was already in office and he wouldn't listen to Mike.
Well, Mike has been sounding the alarm a long time.
A long time. Some of us have. And I've been here before Mike. And Captain Dirk was here before Mike. And I was here before Captain Dirk Hecking. Report Public Corruption, New Hampshire was Frank Perry. These people were literally buying up whistleblowers and then getting positions to be able to play this green energy stuff. Report Public Corruption, Frank Perry, a 28-year veteran of the FBI. He talked to me for 6 months every week, didn't miss a beat. And he, all of a sudden, he said he was going to sniff around Beantown because none of what I was telling him made sense. And I could no longer contact Frank Perry again. And then I started doing research and found out that he got a $136,000 check from Duke Energy right before Duke Energy had the second largest coal ash spill in American history. This was to negate out the Solyndra blunder of the Obama administration. They're literally playing chess. These political parties are literally playing chess with the future of our people, our country, our children, our investments, all of it. The history of our sacrifices, the rights that we've gained, women's suffrage, the end of slavery. We're such a young country. I don't understand why people aren't getting more involved in this stuff.
And you know, that's the sad part about the whole situation, Sabrina. It's not like America doesn't see what's going on. It's not like they don't. They act like all of this evilness and all of these unjust things that are going on is just how life is supposed to be. It's not leading up to anything. They're just doing these things to be doing it just to do it. When they know none of this is the norm, but yet they dare not to question, or because it's not happening to them. Well, it is happening to them. They just don't feel the effects of it yet. But when they do, it's going to be too late. When there's going to be so many others that have stories just like you, it's going to be too late. Everybody says, well, we'll wait till election. We'll wait till election. We'll wait till election. You know, right now where we sit, I don't know what's going to happen. There was a time I thought I had my finger on the pulse of it all. But these people are getting desperate. And the window has went from 6-7 years down to 6-7 months. And I don't know where it navigates from here, because these people aren't just going to say, okay, we're busted, time's up, game's over, we have to stop now. So I just pray for this nation, because before we ever see that light again, it's going to get a lot darker. It's going to get a lot darker. You know, tonight's show, if you were listening earlier, it's how they're starting to strategically put the military into the transit systems. And like I told it, when they say, okay, we're going to put the National Guard in the transit system, it doesn't sound big, but people need to understand the transit system, that's how you travel in the whole city.
Yeah.
So they're telling you the whole city is going to be flooded with the military, not just the Queens, not just the Bronx, not just Staten Island, the whole city. So what does that say? And then you got chirps of Chicago talking about doing the same thing, following suit, rather than just hire more police officers. They've created the chaos, and now they're using it as an excuse, in my opinion, to implement the military. So I gotta see where this goes now. I mean, like I told them earlier, I don't want to be one of those ones who wait and then it's city number 5. But they are doing to us exactly what third world countries do to their political opponents, all the way down to their citizens. They are stripping away our First Amendment rights. They are slowly trying to put all type of regulations on our Second Amendment rights, if not take them away totally. And they are going after innocent citizens such as yourself and millions of others for simply not going along with their agenda.
I didn't do anything wrong. I was protecting the police. I was literally protecting the police. This man told me this stuff. He showed me these guns. He had the capability to shoot police through their armor. Why would I think that the police would try to use him to kill me? Why would I think the police would try to kill me by protecting them? I didn't do anything wrong.
Well, we will continually, along with many others, keep you in our prayers here in the Patriots Lab. And if anybody wants to connect, if you have a story that you can share with Sabrina, obviously she is on Facebook. Reach out, show your love, show your support, let her know she's not alone. There, like I said, there are thousands of Americans in situations such as herself. I have a lot of close personal friends who have gone through divorce, having their kids taken away from them, all kind of stuff. Also, everybody, make sure you keep your prayers out for the queen of the lab, Miss Victoria White. Y'all know who she is. She was badly beaten up at DC January 6th. She's still hanging in there, still going through what she's dealing with, as we all are. But if you have anything else you would like to bring to the table, the floor is yours. If there's any, it's just, I never thought we would find ourselves in a situation like this. The greatest country on earth, so they say.
It doesn't seem like it. Not for me, not for my children, not for any of this stuff that I did. I would have never done any of this stuff if I thought our country was... If I thought that this could even happen, I would have never got involved.
So if you can talk about any of it, where do you stand as of this point in the legal process with everything? If there's any processing going on, or
I don't have any process. I mean, I'm a fugitive. They're non-extraditable warrants. I'm homeless.
so you've literally had to leave the state of New Hampshire in order just to not be treated the
If
way they're
I,
going to treat you.
they'll kill me. It's straight. I mean, that's exactly what will happen. Is they'll kill me. New Hampshire is filled with Hell's Angels and outlaws. It's the only thing that they can do to negate out the gang activity that's going on in Massachusetts. Lowell, Revere, Methuen. This is the crux of the battle of your country. Is Massachusetts, is the border of Massachusetts and New Hampshire. It's the Methuen and Salem, New Hampshire. That's the border of the white power and the cartel that's coming through with the Sinaloa cartel. Watch Mike Gill's videos. He explains it all. He's fighting too. And the only thing I can do at this point is make my friends look like my enemies. I need to distance myself from everybody.
So basically, in a nutshell, all the information you gave them, they turned around and gave it back to the people.
Yeah.
So they know it was you.
Yeah. This is how they're gonna start cleaning people up. And all these people, Frank Perry, and a couple others that I don't know if I should mention. I don't know how much I should talk about on here.
Yeah, you don't want to say too much. You want to be able to figure out your next step and what you're going to do. And
I don't have anything that I can do. They from New Hampshire to Maine, they're making sure I can't get any of the help from the programs. They want me homeless. They want me without a phone. They want me completely decimated. They want me dead.
well, I'm gonna be reaching out to Mike Gill sometime this week and get some more in depth and watch his videos so I can know what's going on a little bit more. But this is because you can't run forever. I mean, and I'm sure you don't want to.
Of course I don't want to.
And you don't want to look over your shoulder forever.
But that's what's going on, is they're making sure that I have no choice. And I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if Mike Gill is going to cut a deal with them. How does he cut a deal with them after he made? I can't believe that, but I have to consider it at this point. It's like everybody folds to these people one way or the other. President Trump hasn't yet. I mean, this is all still fluid. We have no idea what's going to happen yet.
Right.
Again, I've been at this since 2007. Representative retired Lieutenant Colonel John Gleason came to my house. You have to excuse me, I have a cold.
No, go ahead. You're all right.
Came to my house and told me that there was multiple federal crimes being committed against me and my phone was tapped. I set Governor John Lynch's office up at the time, and he put me and my family into a duplex to try to shut me up. And I didn't know it at the time, but our landlord, who he used to buy the 7th rental property, who was collecting Wiccan welfare even though he owned 7 rental properties, I didn't know at the time that our landlord was the former son of the Assistant Attorney General, Deputy Secretary Attorney General of Massachusetts. These people are inbreeding. They're using each other's positions in office between Massachusetts, the FBI, the state legislatures, the whole thing. So when you made that you had wondered what President Biden was doing to want to go into the Senate, right? After being president. That's what they're doing, is they get a bird's eye view, and once they have knowledge that they didn't have before, then they can play chess better. It's a rigged game at that point. Once they have an overview of top secret information that they didn't know before, and once they have the mobility and the bandwidth to reach across the world at will, they can line pieces up that nobody else is going to know about, and that's what gives them, they're reverse engineering sleeper cell concepts, basically.
Right.
They're just doing it from the other end to achieve the objective of, they're just reversing it. That's what they're doing. And I don't know where this is going to go. I have no idea. I just know that I did the right thing and I didn't do anything wrong. We're supposed to protect cops. We're supposed to fight for our country. We're supposed to tell the truth. We're supposed to be trying to help the poor. You're not supposed to get your life destroyed in America by doing all the right things.
Have you spoken to anyone? I mean, outside of that region, outside of that area, about the situation that you're dealing with right now?
I've spoken everywhere. I've spoken to everybody that I can think of. I've spoken to organizations. I've spoken to the Heritage Group. I've called in on C-SPAN over the years and talked about this stuff. I've called into every university system in our country trying to get help for this stuff. I've called everywhere. I've looked everywhere. Nobody wants to touch it. It's like poison.
Well, I'm gonna get with Mike Gill this week, and we have to do our due diligence, and as any story, but it's I'll be honest with you, one of the hardest things is getting somebody that has a story that's dealing with such things as you're still dealing with, and getting them to be consistent in really trying to not just clear their name, but to continue to bring awareness about not what only can happen to you, but what can also happen to them. This is something that should be talked about on a regular basis, because the word has to get out there, and hopefully by putting the word out there and sharing the message, somebody will be able to, whether it be by relating to your situation or just wanting to make a wrong a right, somebody out there hopefully would be willing to touch this, because at the end of the day, Patriot Nation is Patriot Nation. So I call on any representatives out there, politicians out there, anybody that's just willing to stand up for what's right. Reach out to her, reach out to Sabrina, reach out to me. We're going to make sure we don't let this story here, with her permission, go swept under the rug. And where it goes, we'll see. But first things first, we have to bring awareness to the situation. So I appreciate you for coming and sharing your story in the lab, because like I said, for those who are watching live on the broadcast and those who will be watching the recording, there's somebody out there that can relate to exactly whether them or someone they know that have been treated unjustly by this system that is supposed to do right by us. So
Okay.
these are some tricky times because what we get is not what we expect. And that's not normal, especially what you're doing when you're doing what's right. To have the tables reversed and turned on you. But it won't prevent us from doing what's right, because at the end, that's what will win.
Thank you.
Egan 43, we all need to pray for her, okay, y'all? Send out them prayer warriors. But yeah, you are more than welcome anytime you want to come shed light on your situation. I got notes here. Like I said, I'll be reaching out to Mike Gill and looking into a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. That's what I do. And who knows? Turn over some rocks, make some people itch, and that's all we can do. But I know you don't plan on going back up from where you came from, because I know a little bit about what you're dealing with in the situation, and not everybody is forgiven. Not everybody is forgiven. The law might change, the people in power might change, but there are certain things and certain rules and regulations that don't change. So I totally understand the situation that you're in. So I just hope God keeps his hand on you. And like I said, you're always welcome here in the lab.
Thank you. Have a good night. Okay. Thank you again.
All right. People, patriots, I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Mega Monday. It was a great one, as always. But remember, we will be back Wednesday, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, with the latest and the greatest updated info. So, in the meantime, in between time, you already know, be there or be what? Deuces, this is your man. I am out.